Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Let It Podcast. It's been a while, so it's been a couple weeks. Yes. I just want to apologize. We've all been pretty busy. We do have other jobs we work and scheduling conflicts. I'm just saying. So I mean, it's not like we just don't care or anything. It's been a rough couple weeks, so we do apologize for that.
But we're back.
But we are
okay.
back. We are back, and
It's okay.
Ryan's here, so that makes it
It's
even
a
better.
holiday weekend, right? We're getting the boys back
I
together.
think
We're
that's
back in town.
I think that's what they
As
say.
Thin Lizzy once said.
As who?
Never mind.
Oh boy. So the last couple episodes we've been getting.
Younger than you, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't care. We've been getting very political, which we don't mind at all. But it gets tiring. It gets.
Well, yeah, and
the
everybody's
fighting
in a pissed off
and-
mood. Both sides of the aisle. I've seen memes all over the internet. You've probably seen some as well of 4th of July is canceled this year due to lack of independence, and from both sides of the aisle. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, everybody's fucking furious right now. But guess what? July 4th is my birthday.
Oh boy.
So fuck Independence Day, Happy Tyler Day. Just be like, you know what? Have a beer for me and Spirit or a drink, whatever you drink. Or
But
if you
is
don't
it-
drink, just a seltzer, a soft drink,
Seltzer.
like a Perrier.
Have a
if
White
you will.
Claw,
Have
like a little bitch.
There's no booze in that.
Yeah, but isn't every day Tyler Day? To be honest,
In my head, it is.
that's what I'm saying.
It just doesn't really work that way. No, I'm in an irritated mood today.
Of course you are.
Fucking-
When aren't you?
No.
You know what you should do to wind
I'm
down?
usually pretty fun loving.
Play some video games.
Oh yeah, that won't induce just fits of fucking rage.
He does rage a lot. I do too. Well, we all play video games,
Yeah.
and especially since COVID, it really blew up.
Yeah, they say that.
Well, blew up
COVID,
more.
Well, COVID brought people together in a lot of different ways. It kind of brought us together in a weird way because of video games.
That's when I first met Will. Was online.
Right.
playing fucking
Warzone came out. All that was going on.
You weren't even in the video games that much until I was playing
I was
it.
growing up, but
Right.
then as I got into my 20s, I was just sort of like I could take it or leave it. I was more interested in movies, music.
Which I remember you
Partying.
saying, and I remember being like, because at the time I used to come home from school, like high school, and just immediately just play a video game, and then all the way till dinner, go to dinner, come back, play,
Gotta
go to
finish.
sleep.
I still do that.
Wake up.
I still do
That's why I
that.
remember Ty telling me, it's like, no, you get bored of it. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Now, even my favorite games, I'll go to them, and I'm like, alright.
It's not feeling it, man.
It's
But-
better
Playing with you guys
Yes.
makes it enjoyable.
if you play with friends.
Right.
Yes.
So that
certain
brings me
games.
back into it, and some days, yes, I will log on and play a little bit nowadays.
But and it's funny because now you have everyone streaming video game. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people are.
Everyone on the earth.
Making really good money off of it. They even have esports
Yeah.
where there's teams competing for.
I wanted to take a picture of Nick Merckx on his boat and show mom and be like, guess what this guy does for a living? And she'll probably pick, an athlete of some kind, or he's a
Right.
sports trainer. That
Right.
motherfucker plays video games.
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah. Growing up, it was
Won't
always.
amount to anything, you useless sack of crap.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yep. All I ever heard growing
Got
up,
it.
you're wasting your time playing video games.
Even my raging. We should have videotaped it. They're making a killing. We could have had rage videos on there.
Imagine.
Totally capitalized.
You know how many-
Just exploit your children when they play games.
You know how many
Fucking-
controllers
That's
I
what I'm
used to
saying,
break, throw
ultimately.
against the wall? If we had YouTube back then, my God, we
One
would have been
time
killing
I
it.
slammed a friend's controller. He got
I'll
fucking
say, yeah.
mad, and I was immediately like tail tucked between my that pit in your stomach.
Did
that
mommy
just
have to?
drops
Did
out.
mommy have to go buy him a new one?
No, he forgave me. He was nice because it didn't break, but I slammed it.
Okay.
Yeah, we were playing a wrestling
You
game.
tried to break the shit.
I did. I was like, and then, it was a reaction.
Was it SmackDown versus Raw 2011?
And that was a WCW
Oh, that was a fun game.
on N64.
Yeah, 'cause
What was your first video game or gaming system you remember playing or
So,
getting?
or do we count Game Boy Color as? Because that was really my
That is my
first.
Game Boy. Yeah, that's my Game Boy Color.
I had the original yellow one,
You got a yellow one?
and I used to play the shit out of that in starting I think 5th grade, and it was Pokemon, and I just started playing that
Red
on
and
the
blue?
bus. No, I think it was.
Was the yellow one? I like the yellow one because little Pikachu follows you.
No,
around.
it was the silver one.
Gold. Silver.
Okay, yeah.
It was the silver one.
Those were
Yeah,
the
I
next
don't
gens.
fucking
Mine were Diamond
remember.
and Pearl, but I always played. I had the Game Boy from you, so I played Fire Red. A
Okay.
ton.
And then so that was the first, and then you had the Game Boy where it like folded like a cell phone, like a
Okay.
flip phone,
Yeah.
and then you
Like a
know
little Palm Pilot.
right, and then you had the Game Boy Advance, and then
Did it have a stylus? Weren't there games, or was that Nintendo DS?
I was DS.
DS, excuse me, because you guys had.
I think
DS.
PSP did too.
Okay.
When that evolved,
I
they
still-
had background covers.
Roller Coaster Tycoon on PSP and Paparappa the Rapper on PSP. were the
With that
only
shitty
games I played.
2D
Yeah, fucking rhythm game.
wobbly
It's
people and the onion head karate master. Oh, do a kick, punch, a kick, punch, kick, punch, fuck.
So back then,
I don't think you said that.
the only time I played it was during the bus, going to school, and then from school, and then if I had to take shits.
Was it a long bus ride at least? You could get some
Yeah,
time
yeah,
in?
it was a good like 30-minute bus ride.
Was
So I-
it was in the morning.
Yeah,
So it was all dark.
morning. Yeah,
That's the one thing that I never like. We take brightness for granted on phones and shit like that because on these you had like there's no brightness setting, so when it's like if you walk outside with it, you're like
That's true, yeah.
Doing
The
this,
sun glare from
trying,
it.
you can't play.
Oh,
it. It's
yeah.
impossible to
And
play
in
it.
the dark, like if you were on a car ride, you know, like a
Yeah.
road trip with your family or something like that.
Right.
Good luck trying to play. I would sometimes. I'd be like, when we would go to Canada, I'd be like cleaning this. It's a full moon. Like, let me get the glare.
Yeah,
And keep
just get
playing.
some light.
and it ran straight on batteries.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like double A batteries.
But I'm about to date myself. On the back of one of my Sonic the Hedgehog comic books was an advertisement for a nightlight for these that clip on like that.
Oh yeah, I remember
And
that.
you could move. It was like an anglerfish. It looked like a little
like
fucking.
a little booklet.
If
with
you
the-
had that, you were fucking
much.
pimp. If
Yeah.
you had that, you were pimp.
So there was no more because that was a problem, and then somebody invented that as an accessory.
it's crazy like seeing like the progression of like video games of like how it started and where it is now.
This fucking controller doesn't even have analog sticks. it's fucking naked. Like
That's how it started.
We played with that shit.
I'll tell you, the one controller I hated the most was the N64, the Nintendo 64.
With the dick coming
Yeah,
out.
yeah. It was so stupid. I mean, honestly.
That's a good point you bring up because I did write down some of the major players in the video game world and think about their controlling devices. That's one that you don't like. So we got Sega, Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. Among those that you have played, to you, okay, N64 controllers are worse?
Yeah,
And
for
from
me,
Nintendo,
yeah.
that was from
Yeah.
Nintendo. What was the best for you think? Best feeling, like reaction, like it.
So it's hard for me because I'm going to be biased because my best years playing video games was during Xbox 360.
Okay.
And that controller, like I loved it. But I will tell you now, playing PS4 a lot, I'm used to that controller, so it feels more convenient
I
You
to
do
me.
have
love
a
it.
point though. Is put your hand up to mine. Okay. So if you have, it's this
Oh,
actual
fuck.
thing.
Oh, fuck.
Apparently,
You look like a
If you-
skeleton.
if you have bigger hands, you like the Xbox controller more because it's wider, so it's more comfortable. This
Okay.
one is smaller and skinnier, so it's like.
Ah,
Wow.
yeah. You fucking rapper.
I haven't held a PS2 controller in a while. That
Are they
feels
smaller?
insanely small.
Oh my goodness. I gotta unravel this.
Look at this. Look at this. See,
You had cords.
a lot of kids don't.
Wireless shit.
There were no
You have to plug
wireless
it in?
You
shit.
get wireless controllers.
Yeah.
Feel just.
Oh, that is tight. I actually used to play on. This would be so uncomfortable now.
Yeah, because the PS4 controllers are. I didn't realize that. I always. Cause now they're wider. Those are
Damn.
Just the tiny fucking gremlin.
I can hold on. Let me see how they
Look
look
at
in my
this.
hand.
Doesn't it feel weird? I know this looks dumb, but it feels fucking weird.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing. Have you guys ever played? Because obviously, like we're all holding it the same way, like this. You guys ever played in the claw way? It's. Wait.
Please don't.
Oh boy.
it's like this.
He's throwing up gang signs.
You have
Okay.
He's about to drop the hardest album of the year right now.
Okay.
I played like this in Rainbow Six because triangle was to spot with your drone. So I'd be.
So
throwing
that
grenades
was
and
just
shooting.
convenient for the game.
But it's actually you play. It's like this. You have your fingers on top. It's called the claw. It's like a different way to hold your controller.
I'm good, dude. You're gonna get carpal tunnel for all the years that you fucking did it.
Oh,
that.
we all are. So what's your best and worst controller?
Well, because I used to think PlayStation 2, but now knowing how fucking I gotta say, I'm gonna go with PS4 because my friend has a PS5.
For what? Favorite?
Favorite.
Okay.
Favorite
is
controller.
PS4
Okay.
because it's a like it's not too because PS5 is very Xbox controllery. It's very like wide and
Yeah.
I don't remember how it looks. Show me afterwards. But go ahead.
yeah. But like PS5 is like that because I remember playing. I play with my friend. He uses a PS5 whenever I go to.
Oh
the
yeah,
house to
they
play.
did. Yeah, they made it
And
bulkier.
it is bulkier. It's like PS4 is the perfect like combination because I think they just kept getting wider because that's definitely.
I know,
that's
right?
like
That
a
is
tiny like.
like
brick.
someone took my controller and went, like
Yeah.
I did it in a rage reaction, just. Ah!
Right.
Yeah, and then worst I have to say is Nintendo Wii.
Damn it, he took mine.
Ooh, with the
With the
where you
fucking-
actually have to
It
like.
doesn't calibrate well sometimes,
No.
but I will say
Like
Wii
you'll go
Sports
back to bowl
was very entertaining.
and you'll throw it forward and your guy will go like that and then the crowd fucking jumps around.
Well, that was their
Like-
marketing pitch because so many kids were like, that's when like video games was like popular. So their marketing pitch was, oh, well, we can get you can get exercise while you're
right,
playing
yeah.
video games, and parents love that idea. So everyone, like,
Why don't you ever go outside?
right?
Definitely, like Nintendo's definitely the red-headed stepchild when it comes to like consoles. Like it's like PlayStation, Xbox.
I feel like they
Nintendo's over here.
dominated the handheld
For sure,
market.
PSP tried, but they failed miserably. They were ahead. They were too ahead of its time, I think. So they fucked up.
So
The teeny discs were cool.
what's your top?
Sure, they had
Word.
little baby boys.
Wait, did you say your worst? I don't think you
Wii.
did. Wait, oh yeah, you did. I'm sorry. So yours is what? Wii as well?
Yeah, it was between Wii and the N64 controller. So
N64 's
like
cool,
you picked
yeah.
that one, so I was like going with that.
Yeah,
but
Nintendo
then
doesn't have a good track record.
right, and you just brought that point up. So guess what? Both of those.
Even the Switch, like it's like when you hold it as one, it's nice, but when you have it off and you're playing like on a TV, like Mario Kart, it's like fucking tiny. Like you're playing with a pencil.
It's like people that play like COD on their phone. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't get how you
Ew.
do that mobile.
But hold on. Think of it like this. It started with the Game Boy Color, and now you can full-blown play like Call of Duty.
On your
like
phone, yeah.
it's an entirety just here on your cell phone.
That is
It's
pretty
fucking great. No, they even have configurations where you can plug in a controller
Yeah.
and play it.
I saw a dude.
Oh, that's like the dudes that play Warzone with like the Donkey Kong bongos.
Yeah.
If I ever got killed by somebody, dude, he was like,
What?
dum, 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 dum. There's a guy that does it. He's got like a race car wheel,
Yeah.
and he's like doing
to
the.
shoot and shit. This guy, I remember he played Rainbow Six with a Guitar Hero guitar. and
Oh,
was
you
fucking,
remember
like,
when that was
shredding
fucking popular?
dudes. He was shredding
That
dudes.
I didn't like that because and I'm gonna feel like Randy Marsh from that episode of South Park because I can actually play guitar. So then everyone's like, Guitar Hero, bro. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh.
So we're gonna play Kansas. I'm like,
Okay.
okay. And I'm like, my fingers want to do this, but you just go,
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay.
And I'm like, wait, ugh.
Just overwhelmed.
More than a feeling from Boston. And yeah, I know.
No, man, feeling on a-
What was your favorite?
Favorite, and I feel the same way you do. And I think it's just because of that's the console I had. And the more you get, it's almost like when I switched cars. When I had the little Del Sol, and then when I got the Kia Sorento.
Right.
Yeah, there's a bit of a difference here. Oh my god, this feels weird. Yeah, after like a week and a half and whipping into the spots and
Right.
shit. So same thing with this controller business. If you put me on Xbox for a month, I'm probably gonna be fine with it.
Right.
I will say
And then you go back, I'll be
the
like,
joysticks are nice.
but if I go back to PlayStation, it's going to be like riding a bike at that point.
Yeah.
But I have to become acclimated with that next piece of hardware to really get the feel for it. But like I said, the Nintendo shit just never really.
So
It was always a little
PS3
off.
or PS4? do you prefer?
PS4.
PS4.
I prefer. I agree with you on that.
I
Although
think-
PS3 was fine. This seems to be a little more shrunk. I guess I got to find a PS3 controller and compare
We'll find. Yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
compare several.
Yeah, I think you have a couple here laying around. Or no, you
Maybe.
don't. PS.
I
No,
don't
you
know.
have PS4 controllers.
I have a
yeah.
PS3 in my room, but I don't know if controllers.
Isn't it? And even the controller progression is crazy to think about, because remember the original Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo, it was a little a rectangle
It was a
with-
belt buckle.
with-
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
with two buttons, an A and B button, and then your arrows. That's it.
Now we got touchpad.
Does anybody know the code combination that's so well known for Mario? The up, down, left, right. That's square, A, B. I don't know it.
I know it's called the Konami code, but I forget.
Okay,
what it
I
is.
don't know. Type it in the comments.
What?
Jeremy, what is it?
What the?
Travis, somebody.
Konami code.
What the fuck? You just start going up, down, like fucking A, B. What the?
Wait,
What the?
circle, 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 circle,
Shit.
circle.
Drops the tank. GTA 3.
We need to bring back cheat codes. Cheat codes have disappeared from games, and it's
No, it didn't. It didn't disappear.
They fucking
We have
disappeared.
hackers now. It's just a new name. It's the same
You
concept.
don't get codes with your games, but
I
if
want
you're smart
infinite
enough
ammo.
and figure out ways, you can just hack the game.
I want infinite ammo. I want infinite health. I want to be God when I.
Oh
start
no, you can
in a
just
single-player game.
buy it online. They have
It's
controllers
The
that
cops are on
give
you.
you.
You can be like, up, down, left, right, circle, up, down, whatever.
That
L1, R1, whatever.
that did bring. See, and then there's people like.
They come to, I beat GTA. Like, yeah, we all did, dude. We all know the code.
But see, so you had the opportunity to get to play like a lot of his hand me down, so you got to experience what we experienced.
Yeah.
But a lot of kids your age and even younger really won't have that opportunity unless if they go out and seek it themselves.
Right.
Are we getting on the bus and going to a trip to the museum? We have things, not only this controller that has no analog sticks. Go ahead and unravel that one for me, because I got a couple of blasts from the past for you.
In fact, it has some stuff on the back. I could probably.
With physical copy games, sometimes they get scratched.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, this is from
I got sick of it.
98.
It's from 98. Yeah, it's from 98. This is... Yeah.
What's that? A disc cleaner?
Yes. Basically,
Wow.
I got sick of everything getting scratched and not playing.
Right.
Oh.
Did you know the PS2 start screen where it'd be like...
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
the cues?
Yep.
Right. And then you held your fucking breath. Your butthole... My
To
butthole has never
pray.
been more clenched in my life.
To pray that it read.
And then you get the PS2, and you're like, oh yes. So yeah, you pop this baby in there, spritz a little of this wonderful
too
sealant, whatever, and then you crank the monkey, and then
Damn.
to go the opposite way, you flip it and you crank it.
You know what I used to do? The old school rubbing alcohol with a
Ratty old T-shirt.
no, with a God damn it, I can't think of it. The ear thing.
Oh, cotton bud.
Q-tips.
Q-tips. God damn it.
Cotton bud.
Cotton bud.
The Q-tips, rub it around, and then you had to like
Cotton swab.
blow on it, and then wipe it with a paper towel.
Okay.
That was the way and then it
never-
would work. I would have
tried
to do
it
that.
once because I saw it online because I remember I couldn't
What's that,
find
cotton bud?
The
I
cotton
couldn't
buds.
find
Cotton
the crank, and one of my I forget what game was it worked, but it was scratched up to shit. It wasn't gonna work.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need something, and I looked online. It was like toothpaste, and so I went and took toothpaste.
This
and
are
took
like
the
bad
toothpaste
acne remedies.
and brushed it all over it and put that in the PS2.
Wait, just at like that?
You put toothpaste in my old PS2.
Wow.
You bastard.
Wow.
And it worked.
Oh.
Explains,
Did it destroy
it
the
explains a
PlayStation
lot. It
eventually?
explains a
It
lot.
still plays.
Does it have clean teeth? It doesn't have any
Matt has
cavities
it
or
in his
anything like
room.
that?
Annoyingly, it's mine. I want it.
Oh, stop it. If it smells like mint, then I don't blame you.
If it's really anybody's, it's Tyler's.
You
No,
know what?
it is.
Matthew, it's yours.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you know what you get?
I played it.
You get some
more
cotton bud.
than him.
So what was your like favorite like memory like era sort of say? Like did you have like the best time playing PS3 or
Well, first,
PS2
speaking
or-
of memory, my PS1 was not my first console.
okay.
My first console, like we did in the Harmonica Havoc episode, was a Sega Genesis.
That is one I never played.
Sega Genesis. first game I ever played. I got it right behind me here.
With classics such as Echo the Dolphin, The Ren and Stimpy Show, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Disney's Aladdin, Toe Jam and Earl,
Toe Jam.
Mario Lemieux 2,
Toe Jam and Cotton Bud. Sonic the Hedgehog, the original copy.
Let me see the.
That's how they came in.
Look how big of a case for that.
this?
Just a little.
It's
And
like
as-
a VHS thing.
Yeah,
Like
and as Ryan, it's like going to Blockbuster or Hollywood Video. And as Ryan demonstrated a couple minutes ago,
Yep, you had to blow.
you didn't need any of that. And didn't you say the instructions tell you not to do that?
Yeah,
it said
they always told you.
Don't do that. It makes it work. Stop. We want you to buy another copy.
Isn't that crazy as well? Not only did back in the day we used to actually go to like places to buy the games, but when there used to be video stores, we would go there to rent the games as well.
Yeah, renting games is not even close to a thing anymore.
No.
No one understood that you only had a certain amount of time to play a game.
They did GameFly for
Now
a
they-
bit. Some games were released
I
into
remember
Redbox.
GameFly.
GameFly
Oh my god!
tried.
I
They
used to have
right.
it.
They tried. Ultimately, what happens is the same thing as Redbox. Is people forget they have it, they don't send it back, and guess what? After 30 days, you fucking bought it for twice or 3 times as much as the original.
Right.
To rent it.
Yeah.
So, but you said memory, and that made me think of artifacts in the museum. Remember these? Do you remember
Memory
your
cards.
memory card?
Memory cards.
Your memory cards, because guess what? After the Sega, I got the PS1.
Yeah.
And when I had the PS1, like Ryan said, I would be playing all day. I'd pause it because it's dinner time.
Right.
So I pause it, come back, start playing. Guess what? Can't save your game. You know why? You need a memory card. All of a sudden, I need a memory card, and you can pick up from where you left off. This blew my fucking mind.
Right.
You can save your place. Holy shit! I always got to start at Zone 1 in Sonic. Like, why can't I just come on? So then we got memory cards, and that changed the game for me big time.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, I can save my place and come back to it. There was a time where you just had to say, I guess all the progress I've made today is for naught.
Like, you were
but you
excited.
came back anyway.
You were happy because I got this far today.
You got that far. Right. It was an accomplishment.
And that was PS2 stayed the same. They had the memory cards. The original Xbox actually had a built-in hard drive,
Right. That
to
was
where
the
it
first
would
one.
The
automatically save.
autosave, yes.
But the 360, they had a big it looked like a fucking old school laptop battery that you would have to plug in to your 360 for extra memory. Yeah.
I didn't have that
See,
one.
there were a lot of things about Xbox that kind of turned me off at that time. 360 era, not so much.
Right.
But regular Xbox, there's a new one right there that you just stated. But what really got me was kids that played Xbox Live. In order to play online, you had to pay them. Whereas with PS2 and PS3,
It was free.
it was free.
PS4 sold out.
It wasn't.
It was free.
It was
There might
free.
be in-game
Hold on,
purchases,
but you're
that's
still paying
fine.
for the internet.
But you,
Yeah, but I
you
have
did
it
that
anyway.
But-
My parents had it anyway.
Right.
I mean, fuck
But
yeah.
look. Now
Then when I
we're
moved out, I wanted internet so that I could
But look,
and
now-
I need it for my phone.
now we're back to paying for.
yeah. Oh yeah,
for
like you said,
for
PlayStation
subscriptions.
fucking sold up because now
Well, they
this
had
is
to
what
match
Xbox is
because
doing right.
Xbox was making so much money from Xbox Live. They had to.
You say, well, shit, people are gonna play that anyway and still pay for it. We might as well.
Speaking of all the storage stuff, guess how many because the PS4 comes with 500 gigs of storage.
And that's
I know
and
what's
that's
on
not
it.
even enough.
I already know it.
And
He
that's not
knows.
even enough.
Will
8 gigabytes.
8 gigs on this?
Yeah.
8 megabytes.
Wow. That's even. That's a what?
That's 1/100th of what you just said.
Wow.
Like, people bring that up all the time. It's like the amount of gigs that it took for Get Us to the Moon was like equivalent to that is like what's in a fucking calculator in school. Like the amount of gigs that are in a phone and like it's a supercomputer
Right.
compared to everything else. So this is a perfect example. 8 megabytes of
That's it.
storage.
8. And you know what? Sometimes I would get fucked because you go to play a new game and you didn't check how much memory you had on your card, and then you go to save.
Well,
Nope.
Too much space. So you had to actually leave the game. It's not like the PS4 where you can like press the button and it takes you to home screen. If you press the button again, boom, it just
Okay, you had to
transitions right
turn the
back
game
into
off.
wherever you are.
But think of someone who played a lot of PlayStation or PS2 games. they would have multiple memory cards, and then they would have to try to match whatever
is true.
game with
I
the
never
memory
did that.
card.
That is true.
No, I'm just saying if
These
you
are
like
two
played a lot of
PS1
games,
cards.
I always
right?
just went to the bottom and deleted.
These
the
are two
last one.
PS1 cards, but this one somehow was compatible with PS2, so that was nice.
Aftermarket.
And this one came, yeah, that one came with it.
Right. Yeah.
I will say some of my favorite PS2 games are gracing the table today.
Ugh.
We have. This was interesting. We found that Ty was looking through the box. We have a giant bin from our house.
I thought I was fucked up because I couldn't. I was like, am I really
He's like-
seeing?
He's like, oh, Ratchet Deadlock. And I love this game. I played this game for hours. You could backflip. You had 2 dual-wield machine pistols. It was fucking great.
It was kind of fun.
Great game. Shut up. Great game. I played this thing for hours.
Not
I
a
beat it
fan.
like 5 times. It was so good. Ty finds it. He's like, yeah, this kind of sucks. He throws it aside. He keeps looking. He's like, huh? I thought I threw this to the side already. And he was like, I guess I was looking at it again. And then we had 2. And we opened it up.
One's the greatest hits.
One's the greatest hits. It has that. It has the. Remember when they
The
came
little
with
memory
instructions?
card holder. Put
Yeah.
this
It
right
has
in
a fucking memory card holder. You can put
Look,
them in there.
Look, and it even comes with a booklet.
An
They don't even
instruction
have
manual.
that anymore.
I never used it anyway. It used to blow my mother's mind. I'd be like, she's like, how do you know? You don't read the damn instructions. And I'm like, no, I just press each button. I figure out what it does, and then I go.
But it
this
was
one
Doing.
It's
Learn by
empty.
doing.
has no disc, and not only an instruction manual, my friends. Let me get it out. It has 2. So we have 2 boxes, 3 instruction manuals, and 1 disc for this game. And if that isn't a representation, because you used to just put it, when you played a different game, you'd take the disc out, you'd put it in whatever box of the new game you're taking out. And so it just kept mixing up all your shit. You guys do that?
Sometimes. I've got a few that are
dude.
mismatched.
If you took out a game a lot because of the center holder, the plastic holder, it would crack. It would crack. Actually, start cracking your
Right,
your
the
disc
piece,
right in the
a
middle.
little- you'll get a little-
Yep. Yeah. See the fucking struggles now. Now look, you could just download a game online. Like,
True, we got a lot of physical copies here.
like we went through struggles playing games. These younger kids don't. They just fucking don't download. I want that game.
Hey, we don't struggle anymore, and you know what? It's kind of cool to see how it's gone thus far, considering what we put up with, not knowing that there would be more.
Right.
You know, now there's virtual reality games.
Yeah.
You know, there really isn't a controller. You're the controller.
And everything's a simulator, and you know.
Yes, we'll get into that in a minute, but go ahead, Ryan. You were sharing.
Yeah, fucking, because with simulators, one thing that this game blew my mind when it first happened, because, like, character creators, when that first started going on, like, customizing you didn't just spawn and have, like, oh, this is the main character, you could make your own.
Right.
SmackDown vs. Raw, 2011, I played this thing to death as well. Like, I spent hours just building a dude, and then giving him a move set, and an entrance. Like, I'd spend 7 hours not even playing the
Wrestling
game.
games used to be really
I did
good.
that on SmackDown too, and we made this guy called the Blob. We just made the biggest person you possibly could, and
All
put him in the
sliders to the
tiniest
right,
fucking
just
speedo.
Yeah.
all the
And
way.
like made him just nasty, and gave him like all Rikishi's moves, like he'd do the stink face and everything like that. It was perfect. And then he'd be
But
doing like
see,
the-
and that-
he'd
but that
come out
opens
to,
you
I'm
up.
an ass man.
Yeah, but see, that opened up to just creativity, even though it was
Yeah.
stupid and you were just having, but you were having fun,
That's
and
true.
it just opened up your
You,
mind.
you can almost
And you kept
design
playing it.
someone after yourself too, which was also fun. A lot of times, if there's no customization of your own unique avatar,
Yeah.
that will pull me into a game immediately. Like I enjoy it, and being
Okay.
able to unlock things to customize your person too. I kind of like that.
Okay.
A game that did that for me, Tony Hawk Underground, the
Very
original.
fucking good game.
Yeah.
The original. This game did it for me. The customization of boards, your own special trick, all kinds of stuff, man.
I think Underground 2 is better, but you know, that's.
Me too.
Ugh.
Second that.
Nope.
I'm just
First
saying.
one had a better story, same gameplay as all the fucking Tony Hawk games anyway, and better soundtrack.
Skateboarding games kind of fell off. Like they really haven't been.
Well, because they made, like, they're not making good ones. Because
Right.
the Tony Hawk's
all been
Pro
made.
Skater 1 and 2 remastered were fantastic, but, like, fucking the last few Pro Skaters they made have been dog shit.
Yeah.
Why
were
don't they bring
horrible.
back the Underground series? I'm just saying.
They might they've been talking
TH,
about
you
rebooting
listening?
it, which would be great. But Neversoft died That was the company. Speaking of Neversoft, I'm gonna get a Neversoft tattoo on my forearm. It's gonna be sick. It's a
Yeah.
little eyeball.
He
dude.
means me,
Little eyeball,
but
dude.
he means we.
What? Neversoft?
He wants to get. I don't think you're gonna do it.
You guys
Imagine, you don't think I'm gonna do it. You don't even have one. You mean I'm not gonna do it? Why wouldn't I do it?
No balls.
No balls.
One of the first.
No balls.
You know what?
No balls. What's that?
First
I don't know
one.
what that
The
is.
very
Oh.
first Tony Hawk. Dude, I was
First
bred
one.
on this shit.
You were bred?
Yeah, man.
Bred?
Born and bred on this shit.
Oh, okay, sorry.
BRED. Look at that. Tony
They're
Hawk.
supposed to make Skate 4.
While you were playing
But-
that, I was playing Driver on PC.
Okay.
I played
heard
that
of it.
at my friend's
Never played
house.
it.
I played
You're
Driver.
the
That was-
getaway driver,
that-
right?
yes.
Is that the?
But you could free roam. It was kind of like Grand Theft Auto
It was open
before
world?
Grand.
Yeah, but you
it
couldn't get out
was.
of your car. You were in the
But you
car.
could drive anywhere you wanted.
Yes.
At any time.
No, Driver 2 or 3, you could get out of your car and take other cars.
Dude, in Driver San Francisco, that was the one I played. Did you ever play that one?
No.
Your
No.
guy, it was very weird. Your guy was in a coma. Like the whole point, he got in a coma, and so you can take control of any car. So you're just driving. You can just drive like straight into a wall, and then pause it. You go out of the car, like your out of body experience. You can fly around the city. You can get into another car, and you take control of the driver. So like sometimes you get in someone's car, they're arguing with their wife who's in the passenger seat.
And just
then-
possess them.
Yeah.
Jeremy,
And
do
you're
some
just
notes
going,
on that.
like,
I gotta
going-
figure that
It's a
out.
cool game. You
But
can
that
switch
was-
into a cop car and like chase.
But that
people.
was Grand Theft Auto before Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Like cops would chase you, and there was like a criminal enterprise sort of story if you played it, but just as a free roam. And the maps were pretty big, like especially in that time frame. And I mean, yeah. So that graphics were horrible though. Like
A lot of graphics are really bad, dude. I go back and look at like COD, like Nuketown, original Black Ops.
Yeah, you're like, holy
and oh
shit.
my goodness!
But at the
everyone is a
time,
block.
but at the
Everything is
time, we
Minecraft.
thought that
Yeah,
that
look
was
at
the
people.
fucking best graphics.
GoldenEye was a good. That was my first person shooter. Was GoldenEye, and if you look at that shit, although when you pause GoldenEye, and many people better attest to this, that fucking song was awesome.
Yeah.
It's like a jazzy fucking
Yeah.
jazzed up version of.
Oh, is that what you sing all the time? Is that the
maybe.
song?
No.
I think that is.
No, all he does is it was from Inglorious Bastards.
Oh, okay.
From when they
Oh,
introduced
he
it
always
with
sings some
Siglas, he always
fucking
goes,
song.
"Down." Anytime anything happens.
Yeah, I mean it's a good thing.
One thing I do
Makes me smile.
speaking of graphics, and anybody can watch any game on YouTube. They do like a progression of like when it first started to like their last, and it's great. Like for instance, one thing I watch is like the Need for Speed series because that goes on for years, right?
Oh, like a franchise. I get you now.
like the
I thought you
franchise.
did- yeah.
And from when it first started, and you just see the progression, you're like, holy shit! Like,
That's one thing. Like new stuff comes, and the big claim to fame with the PS5 is the loading times. Like it loads in fucking milliseconds.
right.
But we used to be excited about graphics, graphic updates. You'd see the next game console come out, the next game, you're like, holy shit, it looks like real life. Like now,
Looks like a movie.
Games
Now we
look
just expect
fantastic.
it. We just
Yeah.
expect
they
it.
look great, but they all look great. And they're always gonna look like there's not really an improvement that can be made past this point that's gonna
Right.
be noticeable.
They've put the nodes on people and made them play their sport or do their swing or
Right.
do their run to play sports games or Tony Hawk. You know, and all those professional skaters had to put all those little nodes on and get computer digitalized
Yeah.
and everything. And that's about as real as it can fucking get. Like, what more did we want? We want it all.
And there's one
We want to
thing-
be
It's
in
never
the game.
enough.
Now it's
It's
virtual
never enough.
reality. Because I started with
Grand Theft Auto, the
Grand
first
Theft
one. I never
This
played it.
top down.
was straight eagle vision.
Yeah.
You're looking at the top of your head, and when you walk, then you'd see little.
Yep.
But it was fun because then if you press like X and circle, he would like burp and fart. Like it would. I forget which one did which. But we
Did
just walk around and just go. Blah, 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 blah.
Did either of your parents ever like have like a talk with you like when you were like playing like Grand Theft Auto or anything like that?
I got spoken to by my mom once because I rented Wolfenstein.
Okay.
I went with my dad. You could either rent a video game or a movie. My sister always get a movie, I get a game.
Right.
And this one looked cool. I was playing GoldenEye at a friend's house, but I had a PlayStation. This was for PlayStation. It looked like GoldenEye from the back of the thing.
Right.
And yeah, you know that you're shooting Nazis and German shepherds
Dogs.
and yeah, all kinds of stuff. And my mom walked by and saw me killing dogs and people and was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's called Wolfenstein." And I did. I tried to like talk it out. I was like 6, 7. I'm like, "But it's like a James Bond. I play it down the street. Like,
Right.
it's fine." Yeah.
Right.
And then that, my dad's next famous phrase was, "What's it rated?"
Yeah.
That never happened before that day. You know
Right.
she bitched, and he was like, "For fuck's sake, what's it rated?"
That is one
No,
thing
it's
that's
not
funny,
happening again.
Is my list of like games that are important to me. I have like Ratchet Deadlock, Smack Bros. Raw, Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is the best Battlefront.
Yes.
Star Wars Episode 3, which introduced me to cutscenes. When I first saw these,
Oh, you never? Oh, okay.
I never saw cutscenes.
So where it
first.
finally plays
And I was
like a
holy
movie.
shit, they're playing the movie. I was like, oh my. And then also, this game I beat without ever force healing. I didn't know you could heal. Because I didn't know what L3 and R3 were. Because it said L3 and R3.
Buttons.
I didn't know. I was looking at them like R1, R2. I don't
R2D2.
see where, yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Press the buttons.
It never told me to. It said press
Just start
that.
spamming buttons.
Just press
That's how I
things.
figured
That's
it
how I
out.
figured it
After
out.
I beat the game,
Jeez.
I was like jumping around and I just pressed and I started he went and I was like, what? How did I do that? And I just did it again and he went, I'm like, I could have healed that whole fucking game. But literally all of these. American Wasteland, first game you could get off your skateboard.
It's true.
That was fun.
Walk around.
I was like, holy shit, I could walk
Jump
around.
back on it.
And then my personal favorite game of all time, better than the original, Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
Respect.
Fantastic game.
It's a
But,
fantastic game, but it's not better.
as you'll know, all of them are rated teen. Dad kept his shit in like all my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
games are teen because he wouldn't let me play M.
Uh,
I had to go over to the
Teenager.
neighbor's house to play Call of Duty. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
you're not allowed to
Fucking
do
Modern
that.
Warfare
But-
2.
and here's another thing that like young kids these days won't experience. So when you go to GameStop or even back then Walmart, Kmart, whatever, they were really strict on games. Like,
Oh, in the case?
if
Like
you,
trying to get in a bar.
it was like they would
Because a
ID you.
parent, like mom, probably came in and bitched them out because someone sold their kid a
But they
game
would
and-
ID you if you were not of that age. You could not get that video game. It was a lot. Nowadays, who gives a fuck, right? I
You
mean,
download it. Your
right?
parents ain't gonna
Yeah,
know.
it's whatever.
It's on
You're watching porn on your PS4.
Yeah, that's
So-
already happening.
So I would take my mom to GameStop and I would to get these games that I was old enough to get at the time, and I would have her like kind of like wear something slutty. To I know I'm a horrible son. I would get her to wear something
Grease them
slutty.
up. Come on, we're getting
Press-
games.
Press
Show
your elbows.
show some. She
Press
need to do
your
that
elbows.
just to show some cleave and to kind of lean down on the counter and like talk to the
What can you
nerd
do?
guy.
What can we do to work this out?
No. It wasn't even that. I would just get free shit.
Right.
Like on top of that
Right.
game, here's a
They're good. Yeah, they
poster,
throw it in, they
here's
hook
a
it up
thing,
'cause
whatever.
you're nice. It's
But-
probably promotional stuff they can give away to people anyway, but they just don't. They're going to keep them for themselves, but they liked her, so they.
But there
Or
was
they'll throw in
one.
the full
I
package
remember
here.
the time. There was this one lady who goes. She pulled my mom to the side. It was I remember it was Modern Warfare 2, and she goes, "Just so you know, this is a very violent video game. Do you know what your son's playing or whatever?" And she even told it because we had the talk.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "Yes, my son realizes what's real and not real. Reality
Right.
versus."
Here's someone that played violent video games through the majority of his formative years. He's a gun owner. How many people have you killed?
0.
How many of you wanted to?
A lot.
There you go.
A
It's
lot.
not the games.
But I do have anger issues.
Good, so do
that
I.
could be from the games. I don't really
And I
know.
mean, yes.
But I had that talk. I had that talk with her on my own. It wasn't like she sat me down. It was like babying. Like
Right. It was like,
I was at that time. I was like, listen, like I play these games anyway at friends' houses. And I just had the talk with her. I explained. I know the difference.
It's happening,
So it was
so.
okay for even though it was a big deal. It was I played the shit out of Call Modern Warfare 2. Let me tell you something. I
I
had
played
50
a lot
days.
of Black
50
Ops,
days
yeah.
of gameplay, bud. Okay.
remember, no Russian.
That's right. And that wasn't a thing. You played No Russian, and that was such a
Oh, the
controversial.
disclaimer, yeah, before
That was, but it didn't phase me. Like that wasn't like a thing. I just played it.
If you
Shooting
don't know
people.
what we're talking about, go YouTube No Russian.
Yeah, it's
And you'll
very.
get why now there's a disclaimer.
I
I mean, if
never
they've got
had,
one
like-
before the premiere of the new Stranger Things series, then obviously you would need one for that.
But I never had like that experience of like violent games. What games did you guys start? You started with like Sonic and shit, or what was your first game? You
Sonic, and even Sonic, you're speeding up. You get little spikes on it, and Knuckles, dude, you're fucking punching shit. You are still
Grand
doing
Theft
stuff.
Auto would probably be.
Oh, GTA 3
and then
was
but,
the first like really graphic violence.
Well,
game I
no.
think I
You
would
had
play.
Medal of Honor, and then the Call of Duty games. Like there was the
Wolfenstein,
original Call of Duty games.
SOCOM 2 was a big one for me because that broke through in the first online gameplay. Let me put it this way: with your headset, you had to press circle, and it would go, and you would have the mic for like it's 10 seconds. That's all you can hold it for, and then it automatically takes you off, or you release and it's over. So sometimes you'd spam circle so you could just keep fucking digging into somebody.
Real quick, the bloody. Since you guys were talking about, it just made me remember the bloodiest video game that I ever played, and still to this day that I think is super gory, especially at that time. It's called Conquer Live and Reloaded. If you guys ever want to see it, this game is
Never played that.
squirrels versus teddy bears. You can literally watch it on YouTube, and they do a scene reenactment of
Okay.
what was
D-Day.
it?
You
D-Day.
showed me that
Yes.
at work one time.
Let me tell you guys want to see some disturbing shit, and I was fucking
Private Ryan.
I was fucking playing that at 8 years old. Okay, that is some shit. It's a crazy idea, super graphic. Real quick, what's your favorite game? His is Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Favorite game of all time.
Son of a bitch.
Favorite game of all time.
Hillary Duff's Find the Baguette.
You look like a Guitar Hero Aerosmith type of guy.
Out of here with that. Although I did play Beatles Rock Band, and I did well on that. I got 5 stars on.
Favorite video game of all time.
I don't know.
Of all time.
I don't know.
The first one I ever saw, video game, first ever
I don't
video
think
game
I
I ever
have
saw
one.
was him playing God of War. That was my introduction to video games. Was seeing Medusa's titties and fucking Kratos ripping dudes in half. I was like,
Dude, I know your favorite video game. Like you're making.
1 and 2.
That's not your favorite video
It's
game.
not my favorite video.
Black
game.
Ops 2, because of zombies.
that's true.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the
I know you
perks.
better than you do.
Black Ops 2 Zombies mode changed the. And I loved playing Call of Duty multiplayer. Battle Royale games are fucking trash. Let me just throw that out there. The
Yeah, it's
game
the only thing we
plays.
play now.
I will still do it because that's what kids are into. So
They need
but
to work on it.
Battle Royale games reward the lamest people in the lobby.
Bush campers.
Bush camper, as Tim the Tatman would say, fucking camping Carl, border hugging Barry, hilltop Henry, just fucking.
Treetop Travis.
Ugh.
Not you, Travis.
My favorite, Modern Warfare 2. That's hands down. The original Modern Warfare 2, that is my favorite. I'm definitely excited for the new one that's
Right, the
coming
new-
out.
yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
We're gonna be on that for
So
sure.
we do also, to wrap
Showing
this,
you guys that.
yes, to wrap this up, we do have a little announcement to make. Within the coming month, hopefully, we are on track. Yeah, we will be having some additional content for our channel. We will be doing a streaming content on video games, us playing video games together. Will be a lot of
Super
fun.
excited.
A lot of
I'm not gonna
cursing.
get upset at all.
A lot of cursing, raging, making fun of, and disclaimer, we're all trash, but it's going to be great. So additional content for you guys
Let It
that
Eat
is
Gaming.
coming.
Coming
Let
soon.
It Eat Gaming, yes. So any final thoughts, topics, anything?
I do have some final thoughts, but we don't have enough time to really go into it.
Well, I guess
unfortunately.
we'll just have to save it for next time when we go around this buckle brush,
I
right?
think we should just, take a quick break and then maybe fire it up for what? Are you down for 10 more minutes? 15 more minutes?
A short?
Yeah,
Who knows?
maybe a short.
Maybe take a little
I've got
pee
some
break.
Decent stuff.
Maybe
yeah.
take a little pee break,
That's
and
okay.
we'll come back.
We'll be back. We're relaxing. We're chilling out. The storm's passed.
We'll do a part 2. You want to do a part 2?
Yes. I
Okay.
want to do a little bit of a part 2 just because, it's been a day. This seems to be a really good outlet for me. I will say that.
Yeah,
Like,
you've been really
When it
tense
comes to
lately.
rage and everything like that, I
Yeah.
just try video games. Even exercise and working out sometimes doesn't always do it.
slamming that controller.
No, not slamming that controller. Sitting down at this table with you guys and with y'all.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Oh,
about
that
porn.
does
I thought you were
it.
talking about Pornhub.
No.
Oh.
Well, that'll do the trick too. But I
Slamming
mean,
that
not with you
controller does
guys.
sound like
I mean, maybe
euphemism.
with you guys here, but not with you guys here.
All right. Then let's take a little break
We'll
and
be
then come back.
folks.
Catch
See you
us
soon.
in part 2.